when we are looking at a state of being and a state of doing, we approach these two states of being with what's called language. And I use the English language. Now, when you look at the English language, you are already handicapped big time for progressing to a state of being. The English language is all about doing. I don't know how many words there are in the English language, but just pick a number out of thin air. Say there's 1,000,000 for an example. Probably 995,000 of those words are do words. And 5,000, if that many, are words associated with the state of being. Given that handicap, I see this vision where this person is on the path searching for the light, for truth, for unconditional love, for God consciousness. And they're on this path and they're bent over. And on their back is this huge boulder, quite heavy. And it's got the label on it, English language. Now, I would have to say that it's probably true for others like French and Dutch and Portuguese, Chinese, etc. But the concept of language itself in our world at this point in time evolves almost exclusively around doing. Now on December 21st, 2012, the Mayan calendar ends. And a possibility that I would like to present is that we shift from a state of doing to a state of being. In a state of being, the English language as we know it is a burden. Does not need to exist. It's superfluous. It's more of a problem than a solution. So the English language as we know it disappears. And we have a language of love. Now, along those lines, our English language is focused on doing. And part of that doing is organizing ourselves. We organize our time, we organize our activities, we organize our children, we organize our families, we organize our friends. I mean, everything is synchronized, fit in, adjusted. I don't care what word you use, but we're constantly in that do state of mind. On December 22nd, 2012, if we're not doing anything, we're just being. The calendar is no longer necessary. You don't have to keep track of when you're going to water the grass or when you're going to feed your child. In a state of being, you will be one with your child, and you will intuitively know that your child is hungry and it's time to feed your child, or your child is frightened and you need to comfort. There will be a connection that we have not experienced. So we don't have words for it. But when you're in a state of being, words aren't necessary, because words are very limiting. When I say I am, that's a state of being. The second I put a word after am, I am male, I am an American, I've instantly put limitations. I've instantly taken myself from a state of being. Because if I'm a male, then I'm going to do certain things. I'm going to act a certain way. If I'm an American, my thought processes will be geared towards entrepreneur, as opposed to other cultures where the oldest male child takes the lead and the other kids follow along. So as an American, I've instantly limited myself. And as an American, I now judge all the others. And I may judge them better or worse, but the act of judging in and of itself is an act of doing, because it comes from the ego and intellect. So on December 22nd, I don't need the English language. I don't need a calendar. Now we come down to the concepts of food and shelter. And we'll pick those concepts up in another segment.